All right, welcome. Today we're going to dig into something pretty fascinating. We're going on a little treasure hunt, looking for a secret that's hiding inside a word you've probably already said, I don't know, a dozen times today. So let's just jump right in. How would you explain the word this? Seriously, think about it for a second. It seems so easy, right? It's just this. But what if I told you that the very simplicity of this word is actually a clue to something way bigger, a whole system hiding in plain sight? Okay, so our guide on this journey is the Simple English Wiktionary. Now, this isn't just a dictionary with easy words. No, the real magic is in how it explains things. It's built on this whole philosophy of being super clear, and its entry for our word is, well, it's the perfect example. So, first up, the most obvious use. This is basically a pointer. It's like pointing your finger at something to say, hey, look here. It tells you we're talking about something nearby, whether that's physically close, like this chair, or close in time, or even in an idea, like this trip was a great idea. It just singles it out from everything else. Simple enough? But here's where it gets a little more interesting. This can actually do the job all by itself. It's a real team player. It doesn't need to just describe a noun, it can step up and be the noun. So instead of saying, this hand is my hand, you just say, this is my hand. Boom, it takes on the whole role. And then there's my personal favorite, the Storyteller's this. You know this one. It's totally informal, it's conversational, and it pulls the listener right into the scene with you. So this guy walks up to me. See? It makes the story feel immediate, like it's happening right now. It's just so versatile. And of course, this isn't flying solo. It's part of a neat little family of words. You've got this for one thing up close, and these for a bunch of things up close. And for stuff that's farther away, well, you've got its cousins. That and those. It's a simple, elegant system. But, and this is a big but, this simplicity is not an accident. So far, so simple, right? But as we were looking through that Wiktionary entry, we stumbled on this one little note. Just a tiny breadcrumb that led us somewhere we were not expecting at all. A clue that kind of changes everything. And here it is, our first big clue. Right there on the page, it says, this is on the Basic English 850 list. The what? A list of 850 words? What does that even mean? It sounds so specific, so official. It definitely got our attention. And the plot thickens. We scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, past all the definitions, and we find this other clue. The page is filed under a category called B850. Same letters, same number. Okay, this is for sure not a coincidence. Something is going on here. 850. This number is the key to the entire puzzle. It's not just some random count. It represents a whole intentional system, one that was designed to completely change how we communicate. And here it is, the big reveal, that B in BE 580, it stands for Basic English. See, our simple little word this isn't just any old word. It's a specially chosen, hand-picked building block in a much, much bigger language system. So what is Basic English? Well, think of it like a super concentrated, ultra-clear version of the language. It was created with a very specific mission: to use just 850 essential words to say pretty much anything you need to say. The whole goal was to make it easier for people all over the world to talk to each other without getting tangled up in misunderstandings. But why? Why go to all that trouble just to create a system with so few words? Well, because in a world that's so interconnected and full of complex ideas, clarity is basically a superpower. So who actually benefits from this kind of extreme simplicity? I mean, the uses are huge. It's an amazing tool for anyone learning English, giving them a solid foundation to start from. It's absolutely crucial for international business or diplomacy, where one wrong word could have massive consequences. And it's a lifesaver for scientists or tech writers who need to explain really complex stuff without any room for error. Really, it's for anyone who just needs to be understood, loud, and clear. So let's bring it all the way back around. That super simple Wiktionary entry for this that we started with, it wasn't just a simple definition. It was written using the rules of Basic English. It was a perfect demonstration of its own philosophy, an explanation that was simple, clear, and direct, on purpose. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on.
The English language has hundreds of thousands of words, yet a tiny core of just 850 can do so much of the heavy lifting. It kind of makes you wonder, right? When you reach for a big, complicated, fancy word, are we actually adding clarity or are we just adding confusion? It's something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.